Hey everybody, it's Brittany Murphy here with One Thing Marketing. And you know what? Let's learn about ROI. So today I'm going to talk about how business owners spend good, hard-earned money on their marketing campaigns. And the most important part about these marketing campaigns, well, other than them working, is to get a good return on our investment. We're not trying just to throw money and then hope that it sticks. We want to make sure that every dollar we're spending is going to a good use and bringing us back more in return. So I have a question for you. If you could give me $1 and in exchange, I gave you $63, would you think that's a pretty good deal? Well, let me pose this question a different way. If you could give me $20,000 and I could give you back $250,000, well, I think the question you're going to be asking me is, how many 20,000s can I give you? And that's the question we want people asking. Business owners are spending, again, their good, hard-earned money on marketing. So how can we make sure that this money is working for us the best? And especially when it comes to SEO. Search engine optimization is not known well by a lot, but that's okay. To be a business owner means that you know best about your business and how it should be run. You need to work with a marketing professional to make sure everything else you're doing can be working for you while you're working. And that's where we come into this, is we have a lot of clients that give us good money. And our job is to make sure that they not only get that money back, but they get that money hand over fist. The longer they work with us and the higher ROI they get, that's what our expectations are at One Thing Marketing. And that's what your expectation should be of the SEO company you're working with today. So I'm going to go over how to talk about ROI, how to calculate it, how to measure it more importantly, and then everything it comes to in the realm of SEO and how to make sure that that's working best for your business. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to talk about when it comes to ROI is making sure you are tracking everything that you are doing. So therefore, all marketing activities can have a good accounting system of what's working and what's not working. So a lot of times how we like to look at this is call tracking. It's one of the biggest and easiest ways to make sure that your marketing is working for you. So when it comes down to call tracking, how that means in our business is every single marketing activity you are doing is going to have a phone number associated with this. So your website has a phone number, ideally a few that rotate. Your Google My Business account has a number. If you're running ads or any PPC, that has a call tracking number. Digital ads, traditional ads, print, paper, magazine, TV, radio, you name it, it needs to have a specified call tracking number associated with that. And the reason being is we set up all these numbers for our clients. And at the end of it, we can actually see which phone numbers called their call tracking. And they can see at the end of the day if any of those clients converted to real business. So again, let's just say that they ran a billboard ad. We can give them all of the numbers of who called that billboard phone number. They can track that back in their system to see that if they closed that client, great. If they didn't close any clients from this, well, then at least they now have the real data to say, okay, we spent $10,000 in this billboard. We didn't close any clients. Should we do this again? Or they have two clients closed, $5,000 a piece, and now that's $10. So now that means they break net even. Well, do you want to continue with that? Is there ways you could tweak that to make it better? Or the better circumstances, they're seeing that this is really working. They're getting a lot of calls from it. And now they have the data as a business owner to say, okay, I should keep investing more money into this. That's what we're trying to do. There are many different marketing methods in which you can use, and we're not going to say which ones you can or cannot use, but we're always going to make sure that you are tracking where you're spending your dollars. Because again, we want to make sure we're investing more money into the things that are working and stop giving our money to things that are not driving new customers to call us or walk into our doorstep. So that is the first and utmost important thing we need to begin this conversation with. Track everything. And since I do tend to get a little ahead of myself and I cannot remember every single number, don't mind me, I'm gonna look at my notes real quick, but I wanted to tell you a few more facts about SEO when it comes down to it. Firstly, 80% of local searchers who go to Google and complete a search will actually convert into a client. 80%. That is awesome. 4 out of 5 people who are looking for a plumber, when they find that plumber, will actually convert to end up being a client. So that's why we want to be there when they're ready, is because they're looking for an answer right then. So be the answer. Another one is 50% of users visit a store within a day of a local search. So let's just say if you're more of a retail establishment, this means half of the people who are doing a search on Google are actually going to come to your store right afterwards. So why would you not want that double of business? Because they can actually find you and they can get directions and come to your store so easily. And then last but not least, 97 of search engine users start online. So what that means is 97% of the world go to a search engine to begin with. Now, we're all familiar with Google, Yahoo, Bing, all these places, but don't forget, YouTube's a search engine. All these other places are search engines, DuckDuckGo, all these places. They are easily at our fingertips, on our phone, on our computers, for us to just type in what we're looking for, find the answer, and then buy what that answer is. So again, make sure you are aware that people are looking for you, and that's the internet. Okay, so when it comes down to the ROI of SEO, you might be wondering, well, Brittany, what about ads? I've heard a lot about that. I've heard that is the better place to put my money, regardless of what SEO is, and that's just the way of the future. Well, that's definitely one way to look at it. Now, the difference mainly between these two is it's a renter versus an owning type of agreement. You rent ads. It is just like a billboard. It is just like a TV commercial. You buy the exposure that you want there. SEO, on the other hand, is something that we're building into the website. So therefore you are increasing power of your site overall. So therefore you can rank for more keywords, get found a lot easier, and just really have a lot less headache when it comes down to it, because you were just visibly visible when people are searching for you. But again, SEO does not kick in overnight. So the reason we're going to look at ads is to help supplement that time from when you start SEO and the SEO starts working for your website. So I would go back to that plumber, show them what the SEO strategy looks like so residential and commercial can continue to grow at the rate that they'd like. But because we know it's going to take a little bit for SEO, I'm looking at an ad strategy to basically supplement their SEO strategy with, to make sure that they can get leads now. So that's kind of the beauty of the ads, is once they're on, your exposure is there. So you can immediately start to get phone calls, and that's great. But the reason we're going to view ads as a short-term solution is because the conversion of those ads is never going to be as high as your website conversions. Now, if you think about it, ads have kind of got us all over the place when we feel about our thoughts on them. You know, some people just completely scroll past them when they look at Google. They don't even want to see if it has the word ad next to it. And Google's done a better job over the years trying to merge and blend the looks of the ads with the actual search results. But most people, and especially me, myself, we're kind of just ad blind. We've seen so many, we are just done with that. So when it comes down to it, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running ads. So therefore people can see us. And then once the SEO kicks in, we can dwindle down that ad spend budget because it's getting us exactly what we need with it. So I like to use that as a quick way. If you needed those more residential service jobs, we can throw an ad up, we can create a landing page, we can create an offer, and you can get those immediate clients coming in through there. But they're going to be paid, or at least you're paying Google every time you get one of those phone calls. Versus when we look at the long-term SEO strategy, what we're trying to do is to get those leads coming in organically. So therefore we just have a set marketing budget you're paying someone like us to make sure you have that visibility with. But you could have 1 million clients come in and it's the same monthly cost. If you wanted to do that with ads, you're going to only have to increase your budget to make sure you can get all those calls to come in, because there is a cap and you are paying for every click that comes through the website. So that's kind of the beauty when it comes to those sides of it, is you can really kind of get offers out there. You can showcase your business very quickly, but you have to remember ads are like that billboard. When you stop paying that fee, you lose it. It is 100% gone the day you take those ads down. The beauty of SEO is it also lasts. So we need to remember this when we're thinking about the return on investment when it comes to our SEO campaign, is because just because we did SEO and we stopped it for a bit, it does not mean our results plummet and we go from page 1 to page 10 immediately. That's the glory of it. And especially with work when a good SEO firm is, trust me, we want you to see results. We want you to have success. And we love that when how we like to do it, you're an owner. So again, if we look at the ads versus your website, the website means you're an owner of those assets. So we can make sure that everything is working for you. You are getting everything. So at the end of our program together, you are still going to be successful. Now, the caveat is if a lot of competition starts to do more work, or if new businesses pop up in your area, well, then the competition has rised again, and we really need to make sure we're doing more work for you. But we've worked with a lot of niche companies that we just did a one-time SEO project for them, and they are still reaping the benefits of their ROI of SEO years and years later. So that's why we really like to make sure that we're doing a strategy session for each person we talk to, because every industry is different, and especially every city you might be located in, that has a big impact on the competition and what you need to do with either SEO or your ads to make a big impact for your business. So therefore you can get a return on your marketing dollars at the end of the day. Alrighty, so now we are to what you have been waiting for: how to calculate the return on investment of your SEO campaign. So I'm going to explain just a few different parts of how to calculate this. So bear with me. It's a little bit of math, but it's something that we need to do because we need to understand where our dollars are going and what's working with it. So a few parts you need to think about, because you can use this to calculate almost any marketing thing you're doing, is there's a few categories within this basically formula you're going to have to use. The first one is leads. So leads are the actual number of potential clients you could be getting. So if you are running this on your SEO campaign, then the leads is how many phone calls you're getting, people are calling your business. Fair enough, correct? All right, the next one is your conversion rate. So your conversion rate is how many out of 10 callers do you think you'll actually get to do business with? So if you have 10 people call, and usually by the end of it, you end up doing business with 2 of them, well, that is a 20% conversion rate. If you close 5, that's 50%, and you can do the math from there. The other one's going to be your average value of a sale. So this will vary across every industry, but what you're trying to do is figure out what would be that average. Now, lastly, the investment. So that is how much money you are actually spending on that marketing campaign. So those are really the 4 parts of the formula you're going to have to use. So let this blonde girl tell you, the formula reads as such: your return on investment equals the total leads times your conversion rate times the average value of sale minus your investment. Then all of that divided by your total investment. So very quickly, I'm going to use this formula to kind of describe one of our clients. So one of our clients, their total leads they were getting monthly were 196. They told us their conversion rate was about 15%. So they closed between 1 and 2 people for every 10 callers. Now we times that by their average value of sale, which they told us was roughly $500. So they did converge their rep placement and their service jobs together to kind of get us that good number, because their businesses split pretty much 50-50. Now, minus the investment side of it, well, they're spending $2,000 a month with us. So we subtract $2,000 from that. And before we can calculate the percentage, we have to divide all of that by, again, that investment amount of 2,000%. Now, the fun part about this is if you take all those numbers, that will equal 635%. Wow. I'm sorry. If I could get a mic drop in here. So over 600% return on investment that they're getting. So that's absolutely crazy. And that's kind of, in a sense, why we're talking about SEO, is because it can be complicated, but it can bring you such an astounding return for every dollar you're spending to it. And honestly, one of the questions I have to ask everybody I talk to, especially if we're not going to run ads and we're really just looking at SEO, is if you can invest that money now. So let's just say if you invested that $20,000 now and you had to wait 1, maybe 2 years, but you're going to get that $250,000, you're going to get that 5 times return. Year after year after year. Who would want to say no to SEO? I would so gladly, if someone came to my door, and hopefully they're a trusted person, came to my door and said, give me 20,000, I'm going to sit on it for a year or two. But after that, every year on the year, you're going to be getting 5 to 10 times that back. 5 to 10% would be a lot worse. I would say, heck yeah. I would gladly love to either have $100,000 or $200,000 because I gave that $20,000 investment to it. And that's really what we're talking about when it comes to SEO. Again, this is not turned on overnight. And if you are working with any company who says that it does, please run and run fast. SEO is a slow build. It's a slow grind, but it is such the most rewarding thing for your business when done correctly. And the best way I'd like to relate this, diet and exercise. It's all about our health. If we are eating correctly, if we're exercising, if we're doing all the things we should be doing and we're doing them consistently, then we see good results with that. Now, we know we all have to be doing that because at the end of the day, that's going to help our life expectancy is to make sure that those things are there. Diet and exercise, hands down. But life does throw us those little magic diet pills once in a while. And so I like to think of those diet pills being like your ads or other type of direct marketing where you could use that to help supplement. But again, we all know at the end of the day, those diet pills run their course. They can only work for so long, and we have to go back again to the processes that got us to the place that we need to be in. And that's what SEO is all about. And that's really what you should be looking for when you talk to any SEO company is, do they have the processes in place? So therefore, all of their experience and all of the work that they have done, they can replicate that over and over and over. And that's really what we're looking at when it kind of comes to that ROI is whatever money we are getting from our clients, how do we return that 5 to 10 times over within the next year or two to our clients? So if you understand that that's our goal, my question for you is, if you could give me that 20,000 and if you had to wait a year or two to get 100,000 and then 200,000 every year, year after year, would you tell me no? Or would you tell me yes? Now, I may have stepped on my toes a little bit saying that you can stop paying for SEO and still get the benefits of it. But you've probably heard, I can never stop spending money on SEO. That's what I'm being told. Well, there are some truities in this. So we have helped people with one-time projects that really just get them where they need to go. And that is what we want to do first and foremost, most of all. But we like to work with competitive industries, especially the trade service industries. They are the ones that continually have a lot of competition. You could throw a rock and hit an HVAC company nowadays. So when it comes to that, you really can't just stop SEO. You are always going to have to be doing something because your competition is always going to be doing something. And it's basically like a long marathon. Is those who sprint in the beginning can really get some good results. They can be above the competition, but those who are in the back who are still going at it slowly, building and building, well, the tortoise will eventually beat the hare because the hare did stop. So it is a little bit of the race that we play with SEO. So how we like to look at it is we need to set a budget for SEO that's going to get you how many leads you need to get in for your business. So if that's 10 new leads, 20 new leads, 50 or 100 new leads a month, we are setting an SEO budget to get you there. Now, let's say you got to the beautiful part where you are getting those 10, 20, 50 or 100 new leads coming in. Your business is thriving. You're at the level you want to be at. A lot of businesses we work with don't want to have a huge national company or always franchise out. They want a few different locations in a few cities, and that's kind of where they really want to stay things at because it's more manageable. That's absolutely fine. We love to get you to that point. What we suggest is when you hit the point of this is the perfect number of leads that I need to be getting, well, don't stop SEO, just level it out. And so what I mean by that is we only need to be doing so much work to maintain our standings and our structure and trust within Google. We don't have to continually be doing a lot of extra work to grow because we're there, we just need to maintain. So again, that's kind of what we tell our clients that after we get to the part where you're very happy, and it's kind of always a fun part because a lot of our clients, again, once they hit those goals, they are growing into a new city or they have more trucks, they have more guys, they're always ready to grow. So we don't always get to the maintenance conversation with our guys because we're always looking to better the business, make it grow and make it more profitable, which we love. But it is still a fun day when you have that client tell you that this is perfect. This is how many leads I need. We're able to service them. Our processes internally are just smooth. We're happy. We're paying our are paying our employees well, everything is going good. When it comes to that, then let's lower the budget and do only the things we need to do to make sure you do not backtrack on where you've been. And I know this kind of seems a little bit of a caveat to most businesses to invest in it. But again, radio, TV, billboards, direct ads, mailers, Valpak, all of these things, the minute you stop paying for them, are 100% gone. You really can't go down to like a maintain level at those parts when it comes to that, because that is putting yourself out to people at all times of the day, even if they're not looking for you at that point. Whereas with SEO, you're investing to be in the spots where people are looking when they're ready to buy from you. So again, we have to remember those differences with it. And just a little example I like to give to kind of help blend a little bit of this and make you feel better about it is if you are getting to that maintain level, do not fret, do not worry. That doesn't mean you're not going to grow anymore. One of our clients, we hit that lucky milestone of they are exactly where they need to be. They don't want to backtrack. They just want to maintain this. And what do they need from us? What do we need to do to make sure that they maintain that? And we basically create a program for them where we were able to lower the budget and do a lot more marketing consulting with that as well. So we're still handling all of the technical SEO things, the website, all of that side of your marketing. We're better able to assist them in putting processes into place to make their jobs even easier at work, to help better the mission we have with their marketing. And even doing that, even dropping their budget, they still get, drumroll, 56% increase year over year on their leads. Wow, that's awesome. That's what I want to be saying anytime I talk about ROI. Trust me, we want to get people to the part where they can maintain as quick as possible. It doesn't work with every industry, every company, or every budget. There is obviously that ramp up period to create that good foundation we need in order to keep expanding that, expand our services, and expand our area with what we're trying to get found for. So there is that build to it, but some clients who are able to invest that to get that foundation, get to that maintenance package quicker, and therefore they can work on all the other aspects of their business because the marketing is taken care of. We have gotten them where they need to go, and now they can focus on a lot of other things. So remember that is even when you get to it, even if you're talking to an SEO company, yes, you don't ever want to completely stop unless there's no competition. Go at it. We've done a niche rental chair company 6 years ago, and they reached out to us and I thought he wanted more SEO. No, he just wanted to update his website because he was getting so many people calling in to ask questions. He wanted to make his website even more functional for him so the website could do the sales for him while he could actually talk to the prospects who are truly interested and truly ready to buy from him. The website helped answer all of their aspects for him because the SEO is kicking in the people, that traffic look at his site, and then when they're ready to buy, he's now involved. So it's very streamlined and makes his life a lot easier. So again, can you stop SEO forever? Not really, but you can get to a point where you are lowering the budget. It is paying for itself still, hand over fist, because you're getting the same amount of leads that you needed and you wanted, but now for a lower price because we finally got you where you needed to be. Just like that diet and exercise, we do not have to go on any crazy crash diets anymore. We just need to simply, again, eat a good, consistent diet and consistently work out. And that's what's going to keep us looking and feeling great for a very long time.